to split those two.
She was a lot better than the last couple. She didn't get out at all. She didn't get out at all. Nothing. Any comments?
You still got it.
There you go.
With Monomoy Girl worked in company this morning, and
Yeah,
what
she
you looking
she breathes well. Broke off with the 5/8 pole. Work with her workmate was a length or two in front, and you know they were on even terms down the lane, and it worked out really well. They did break off a little slow. I think that's not that they worked slow. I think they were 101 2/5, but the track is, I thought, maybe just a touch deep, and but she breathes really well. She was in hand and galloped out well. So I think I have 114 3 for the 3/4. So it was a good move.
was there any temptation to run her back in the Spinster?
Not really. Not after seeing the number she received out of the LaTroienne and how she's been able to put two really good numbers together, back to back, given with the Ruffian and the LaTroienne, and you know, obviously going from the LaTroienne to the Breeders' Cup, we would get a similar space time between races, which I thought made the most sense for her. You know, it'd be nice. I mean, Spencer's a prestigious race, and we've run several horses in it, but you know, I've been able to win it and like to knock it out. But you know, I just thought it was the best thing for her, just to give her the time between. Come on in.
Put in perspective how satisfying her season has been, given that she was off over a year, and you know, I'm sure the frustration that would have been involved when you have a champion and it's just one thing after another with, and then because the easy thing would have been to just retire and have babies and to bring her back to race.
Yeah, for sure. You know, once again, I've said several times, it goes back to the ownership. You know, they are ultimately the ones that make that decision. They own her and have the call at the end of the day. But you know, they've enjoyed watching her race as a 2- and 3-year-old, and she gave them a lot of joy. And you know, they knew that we were not, as a barn or a team, going to do anything with her if she wasn't, you know, where we felt like she was 100%. So, she, you know, it did take us a while to get her back to, you know, to train well enough to put her in a race, a year and a half, and she obviously had her setbacks, but it was well worth the wait. She's rewarded them us in a big way.
Disappointment that there won't be this last grand finale showdown with Midnight Visu, who was retired with an injury.
You know, I would have liked to ran against her. I think it would have been great. I mean, I've said it several times. It would have been the biggest matchup for the Breeders' Cup, and from a fan base, it would have been huge for racing. And I'm a fan of racing, so I would have liked to have seen it. So, you know, it was unfortunate. I hated to hear that she, you know, was not going to make it, and you know, we'll just see how it plays out. But yeah, it was disappointing.
The way she's doing it and everything. I mean, you got to feel good about where you are right now with the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt. And you know, once again, I was telling someone, you know, she's showed up. She's run everywhere we've taken her, whether it be Belmont, Saratoga. She shipped into some of the toughest venues in the country, and she performs well. So, and she obviously has experience doing a lot of the bulk of her 2-year-old training at Keeneland, and then, you know, training leading up to the Ashland, and being able to win there in the Ashland. And actually, this spring, like say, I would guess maybe the end of March, she trained at Keeneland all the way up until her first race here at Churchill. I think she came over 3 days before her first race, so she did the bulk of her work at Keeneland. So she has a lot of experience and spent a lot of time at Keeneland, and she really likes it over there.
You've won a lot of big races here, but that had to be cool, bringing back the Oaks winner, who'd also won the Breeders' Cup at Churchill, to win on the LaTroienne Grade 1 on Derby Day, which still seems bizarre.
Oaks Day, actually.
Oaks Day,
Yeah,
okay,
Oaks Day.
right.
But yeah, no, it was unbelievable. I mean, for her, I said when we started this with her as a 5-year-old, I mean, you know, we didn't know where it was going to go, and you know, the first step was obviously a allowance race, and then she was able to pick off a grade 2 at Belmont and do it the right way and run career numbers. I mean, it was just amazing, and I thought, you know, if this filly can win a grade 1 this year, it would be amazing, and obviously she was able to accomplish it, and you know, now our goal is the Breeders' Cup, and like you said earlier, I feel like we're in a great position to you know, show up with a big shot.